Hey guys, today I am not showcasing another fantastic neighborhood in and around Charlotte as I always do. So you may be wondering why. It's because I have gotten so many questions lately about what it really costs to buy a home that I felt like I needed to do an informational video answering that question. So you will want to come back to get the answer. You're thinking about buying a home in Charlotte, North Carolina? Welcome. I'm so glad you're joining me today. Today I am breaking down what it really costs to buy a home in my great city. We'll go over your upfront costs, your monthly expenses, and everything in between, so you're fully prepared. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about your three biggest expenses. When it comes to buying a home, there are three big costs to expect. Your down payment, your due diligence money in the state of North Carolina, and closing costs. Let's start with the down payment. Most people assume they need 20% down, but that's not always a true case. Now, in Charlotte, the median home price in 2025 is, say, around $400,000. So let's see what that would look like for a home that costs $400,000. A 20% down payment would be $80,000. If you put 10% down, it would be $40,000. If you use a FHA loan product, allow as little as 3.5% or $14,000. And a VA and USDA loans, they may offer 0% down if you qualify. Now, if you put less than 20% down, you'll probably pay what we call PMI insurance. That's private mortgage insurance, a monthly fee until you build more equity into your home. The fee protects the mortgage company from loss. Now, next up is due diligence fee. In North Carolina real estate, a due diligence fee is a non-refundable payment from a buyer to a seller for the right to inspect a property during a specific due diligence period. This fee essentially pays for the seller for taking their property off the market while the buyer conducts inspections and other necessary investigations to find out everything they can about that home. You and your realtor will come up with what that amount would be and put it on your offer to purchase and contract. But the seller can always negotiate with the buyer on what that fee will be. Next up are the closing costs. These cover loan processing, legal work, and transferring the title. In North Carolina, buyers typically pay 2% to 6% of the home's price. So for the sake of our example, let's see what that would look like for a $400,000 home as we discussed before. For a home of $400,000, that's $8,000 to $24,000. Closing costs include things like loan origination fees and appraisal, credit checks, title insurance, attorney's fees, recording fees, and prepaid expenses like insurance and property taxes. So let's say you're putting 10% down and have average closing costs around 3.5%. You're looking at about $55,500 total between the down payment, due diligence fee, and the closing costs. If you add in the due diligence fee, that just for the sake of this example could be $1,500. Now, once you've closed on your home, it's time to think about your monthly budget. Here's what to expect. Mortgage payment, this includes your principal and interest with a $344,500 loan at 6.82% interest. Your payment would be around $3,290.47 a month. Remember, the gross price of the home was $400,000 and you put in $40,000 deposit and the closing cost was $14,000, and then you are giving the seller $1,500 for due diligence. Just a side note, the due diligence that we talked about before will show on your closing disclosure as a credit to you as the buyer. So it will also be deducted off of that $400,000 gross purchase price that we've been using through this example. Now, we also have property taxes, homeowners insurance, or what we call HOA fees, and PMI. Property taxes, as of 2025 property tax rate in North Carolina is 0.7572 of 100 of the assessed value. That comes out to be $3,445 per year or $287 a month. Homeowners insurance, the average cost is around $134 to $200 per month, depending on your home and coverage. And then HOA fees, if your home is in a neighborhood with an HOA, fees could range around $200 to $400 a month. Let's assume $250 for this example. Then we have PMI insurance. If you didn't put 20% down, you'll likely pay PMI. At 1%, that's around $290 a month on a $344,500 loan. So guys, let's sum it all up and see what your true total is. We had the mortgage of $3,290.47, property taxes at $287, insurance at $200, HOA fees at $250, and PMI insurance at $290. That gives us a total estimated monthly cost of around $4,317.47. This is a bonus tip on maintenance costs. It's smart to set aside 1 to 3% of your home's value each year. For a $400,000 home, that's roughly $333 to $1,000 a month for upkeep and repairs just in case you need it. So there you have it, a complete breakdown of what it really costs to buy a home in Charlotte. Understanding both the upfront and monthly expenses will help you make a smart, confident decision. I always have a buyer's consultation with my clients before we start looking at their next home because I want them to truly understand and know what they can expect and not have any surprises during the transaction. Now, if you guys found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and drop your questions in the comments below. If you are ready to buy now and just need a realtor to walk you through the process, click the link below and schedule time to meet with me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. You know I'll be back with more neighborhood tours coming up, but I just need to give information sometimes. Thank you again, and I wish you all the best in your journey to homeownership.